Well, hello, Cancer. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's Ruby with Ruby's Lighthouse Tarot. I'm here to get your twin flame energy for April 2025 or whenever you see this reading. Now, remember, guys, this energy is vice versa and interchangeable. Also, there's no gender in tarot. I just read usually from the divine feminine's perspective. So put yourself where you belong in the situation. Okay, so this is going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Cancer signs, or cross-watcher energy. So if you're divine masculine or your divine feminine has a lot of Cancer in their chart, then this reading could also be for you. And finally, remember that there's no title on this yet. So when the title comes out and it resonates with you, then this reading could also be for you. All right, let's get to it. Before we started, I got an image in my mind of the card in Island Time Wellness that says Team Awesome. All right, so Team Awesome is like two people working together and you guys are just like the perfect fit. The perfect team. And that is a lot about twin flame because there's differences between you guys, but they complement each other, right? But then my guide said that you guys are above that. Okay, they're saying a great source of power, a dream team. And you guys are highly influential, like agents of change is essentially what they were saying. So you guys are here to break the mold. Well, we know that about a lot of twin flames, but especially for you guys, this that I am tapping into for this collective that this resonates for. Remember, not every reading is going to be your story. This is still a general message. Okay, but one or both of you has struggled or is currently struggling with imposter syndrome. Okay, so to explain what that core wound is, it's basically feeling like you're putting on a facade that, you know, you're powerful or you're confident when you're really not. You really feel like, I don't know why someone would choose me or why someone would view me as being this person. I don't feel like I actually belong in this title. Like, you know, so for instance, if this is your divine masculine, they're like, I can't believe that divine feminine would choose me. I can't believe that divine feminine would see this within me or to think that I am an emperor, right? So there's a lack of belief and a lack of deserving. So feeling like you don't deserve the success. You don't deserve the status. You don't deserve the financial abundance. Persistent feeling of inadequacy. Okay, so that's kind of how you know if this reading is for you, if one or both of you feels that within the connection. Okay, but you guys are actually meant to be. It is fated for you. And I'm hearing an airplane outside. So there's movement and travel coming in somehow within this dynamic between you guys in April. All right, but you guys are fated and destined to be a great source of power, a dream team. All right, let's get a pop of love for you guys. And it just came out, intuition. All right, so Spirit is saying right now, if what I just said resonates with you, you have a calm knowing that this is the truth, right? Because our intuition speaks quietly. Our intuition speaks with a quiet knowing. Fear speaks very loud, as we know. Okay, but this is your intuition speaking. Light bulb moments of realization, direct knowledge of from source, without rational thought. So it just came into you and you were like, yeah, that's me. That's our story. Yeah, that's my divine masculine or my divine feminine. It's a deep knowing and understanding without evidence, right? But you just know it to be true. You have a quiet, calm knowing. All right, so it says, it finally dawned on me why I feel so drawn to you and why our connection is so intense and scary. I'm starting to understand my fears and my overwhelming emotions. So part of these fears come from that imposter syndrome element. And I am seeing, I'm seeing here the roses, which I always view as divine feminine energy, and pink, which I view as more feminine energy too. So it's like this flame between you guys is still burning. All right. Let's see what else. Now, this doesn't mean that this person, this divine masculine, doesn't have a high title or a high paying job or an amazing career or a lot of financial abundance. It means with imposter syndrome that they have a deep-seated feeling of inadequacy, like they don't really deserve it deep down, and that may not be something that they express to you, but you kind of know that that's there because you see them in a different way, Cancer, especially with your intuition, right? You guys are like the feelers, the knowers. What else for this story for Cancer, April 2025, please? Okay, Aquarius. So somebody in your situation could have a lot of Aquarius in their chart, but let's talk about what Aquarius is, right? They're independent, they're progressive, they're altruistic, they're intelligent, they're unique, idealistic, and artistic. But what is one of the problems with Aquarius is they feel like outcasts. Okay, that's been my experience with Aquarius. I know several Aquariuses. They feel like, because Aquariuses can be a little bit different, right? They may not be exactly like everybody else. Maybe they're quirky. Aquariuses tend to be a little bit quirky, tend to be a little bit different. Maybe they approach problems in a way that is unique, so they're so unique, right? But it messes with their mind a little bit. Okay. So it says, I acted like I didn't care, but I did, because Aquariuses can sometimes be somewhat cold, right? Because they're still an air sign. I don't always see Aquariuses this way, but it just says I needed my time and space to think on my own. And I wasn't ready to put in the work, right? And so they can be detached and aloof, right? A little bit, but I think that a lot of it comes deeply from the imposter syndrome element, right? Okay. So if this is true for your person. Let's get a combo deck. Divine Union on the split, guys. You guys are meant to be, and coming in soon, this opportunity is going to come knocking, and the key is in the lock here for this Divine Union, because that was the other card still on the split here. So opening your heart with this love potion type energy, because it is supposed to create, when you guys combine forces, it's like it unlocks this lock of potential. Okay, that's what I'm just getting. And it's whatever you guys are supposed to be doing together is unlocking exponential growth. Exponential growth. That's why you guys are a great source of power, because you guys are highly influential. Okay. All right. Ooh. Inadequate. That's what I was just saying. That is that imposter syndrome that I was getting from all of this. This is what needs to be fought. What else? Happy ending. Okay. So this is, to me, is like 10 of Cups. Having the happy ending. If, like, see how in the inadequate card, it's crossed out. Okay. So this is mixed oracle deck. So I have multiple cards in here. But this is inadequate with it crossed out. This needs to be overcome in order to have that, right? And then, do you remember how I said growth, exponential growth? Shazam! All right, Spirit's confirming that. Happily ever after, growth and expansion, power couple, great source of power, the dream team of change. That's what you guys are. Okay. So, for you guys is they wanted me to use the Archangel deck for tarot just to get our overall card, and we'll kind of go from there. For Cancer, so this imposter syndrome, feeling like a fraud, feeling like you don't deserve success, right? Let's talk a little bit more about that with the tarot, please. Looks like we have our card here. Two of Water, Team Awesome. That's what they just said. Team Awesome, Two of Cups. Power couple, great source of power, equal exchange of love, right? That's exactly what this is. Let me see this. Yeah, so here it's mermaids showing up, and they've got the 2 cups here, but it says a relationship that continues to grow closer, and positive resolution of a conflict, and forgiveness could be involved. They have that on this card here too. So that's probably why I was told to draw from this deck, because I don't usually see 2 of Water as a forgiveness card. But I see 2 of Water, 2 of Cups, which is in your element of water, right? As a card of best friends and lovers. It's like having it all. The great source of power. A king and a queen, an empress and an emperor sitting on this throne together of love, of power, of having worked through core wounding, right? To create a happy ending full of growth and expansion. Beautiful. But there may be some sort of forgiveness here. Underneath we have 6 of Water. So this is 6 of Cups. This is past life energy. This is someone from the past. This divine masculine is from your past. This can also be past lives, right? But this is part of this happy ending. Do you remember how I was talking about best friends, lovers type energy? This is also conducive to you being able to be in your inner child, to healing that inner child, right? To being able to be in childlike, playful energy together. Look at this mermaid. They're pointing me out to this mermaid here where she's just like, wee, I'm free. I just got a confirmation from my light. Okay. So yeah, being able to be free, being able to be happy, swimming with these dolphins, right? I love that. I love it so much. All right, let's get thoughts, feelings, intentions, actions. Highly doubt you guys are in contact right now, but I do see that changing. I believe this is being worked through, okay? I don't know how long it's going to take, but we do have Temperance in reverse. Sometimes that can be like, this has been a really, 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 really long time because they've had this storm inside themselves. Yep. 4 of Cups here. They've had this storm inside themselves about this missed opportunity with you that has really rocked them, right? In order for them to fully address these issues. Okay. All right. So, what's in their headspace right now? Yeah, they want to apologize. They really, really need to apologize. Remember how I was saying the reason why I got that 2 of Cups was in this format was because on here they're talking about it as a forgiveness card. It can be, okay? I just don't usually see it that way. Yes. Okay, so Ace of Swords is one of my yes cards, and that popped right out. I don't know if you heard it, but it was very loud to me. So this person was not talking. They were not sharing. They were in that Aquarius energy of flighty, detached, rebellious, unpredictable, impulsive, acting like they didn't care, right? But really underneath, it was because they felt inadequate. And that's what they're thinking about. That's what they're thinking about. That's what's in their headspace. And also about apologizing for that, right? Because this chapter needs to close, right? With the world. Okay, so we do have really heavy Aquarius, Libra, Gemini because we have the Aquarius card and King of Swords. Okay? What's in their heart space here for Cancer? Three of Pentacles in reverse. So what's in their heart space is they're feeling incomplete without you to build with. Okay? Because the Three of Pentacles in reverse to me is incompletion. Not collaborating, not cooperating with their soulmate, with their one, with their love, with their inner child BFF, with their Two of Cups. With their other half of their dream team, right? Can you give me one more for this Three of Pentacles, please? In their heart space, they're feeling the loss of the collaboration between you. Another Cups card. Seven of Cups. Okay, so they felt a lot of confusion. They might be just swirling in this water energy, because we have Two of Water, Six of Water, Seven of Cups, right? So that's how I'm really feeling, because with this imposter syndrome element of it, they're not building with you, they're not collaborating with you, and they're just swirling. It's like they're in this hot tub. Oh no, wait, I got a better example. It's like being in the wash machine, right? When it starts spinning, and they're just like, along for the ride with spirit. And that's part of why we had seen Temperance in reverse, which is Sag energy, okay? All right. Intentions. All right. One's popping out. Wheel of Fortune. Guys, they're intending to work with the universe together. Do you see how this is coming up here with this person kind of like holding on to the wheel? That's because this is the wheel of destiny. Yes, it's universally driven, right? But sometimes destiny takes part of this ride to crank the wheel in the right direction. This is auspicious. This is saying you have luck on your side to be able to make these changes, to be able to work through these changes. Okay. And it all starts with, again, we're seeing this Page of Cups. So it's all about this apology. Okay. So where are we going in the next 30 days here for this situation? Growth and expansion is here. Okay. All right, so we got King of Cups, the Fool, Five of Cups. Okay, guys, could we have any more water here? All right, so this is Aquarius, Aries energy with the Fool, and then we have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio with this King of Cups, the swirling emotions of unexpressed feelings, right? So in order to have this new beginning, and they're going to have to surrender to these feelings of inadequacy, and they're going to have to open their heart up in order to take the leap of faith that it's required to deal with these issues that we've been talking about this entire time. But usually with the King of Cups, they hold a lot of these emotions, but they don't always express their emotions. Except in this deck, because look, he is expressing. All right, he is expressing what's on underneath. And the expression is, along with that apology, with that Page of Cups we had seen, more Cups energy, guys. Your energy is all over this. Okay. So this is coming back for something that has been left behind. When they left to seek other wish fulfillment, it wasn't what they thought it was. They left something behind that they have to come back for. Why? Because coming back is that wish fulfillment. Nine of Cups. Can't make this up. And that's you. I love it. I love it. Let's get a couple messages for you, Cancer. Oh, okay. On the split, I am planning on reaching out to explain why I went quiet, and I hope you're willing to listen. Okay. What else for Cancer, please, in terms of messages? What else for Cancer, please? Okay. I have never felt a connection this intense before. Honestly, it was love at first sight. And the rest is history. But it's not just love at first sight. It's what my guys just said. It was love at first knowing. Love at first knowing. Okay? The last one. I know I hurt you and wish I could go back in time to do things differently. I plan on making you a priority and showing you how significant you are to me. All right? So, take what resonates and leave the rest. Thank you so much for being here, Cancer. Please check out your other signs, and I will be back on the next video. Bye.